through 200. These 3 women will all go into an immediate 3-rider final, but they still want to set a good time. There's a time trial series going on throughout the year, as well as just personal pride to try to ride your best time.
Yes, welcome in everybody. Our final session here this weekend for the Masters Regionals Championships underway. We've got the qualifying round for sprints is a flying 200, of course. Right now, our Master Women getting started. 3 riders in the group. So everybody will ride on for some more sprinting. But we got to start off with some fast flying 200s. Jasmine on the track now. Just got the bell. Elizabeth on deck, followed by Abby. It'll be in whatever order it happens. Understood. Okay. I'll just let it happen. Very good. And the recorded time will be a 14.556. 14.556 for Jasmine, your first rider out. This is Abby Lynch getting into the first of 2 laps.
Looks like maybe Liz has a bike issue, so roll into a random Masters men after this. Yeah. Once again, if you're doing sprints, be in the warm-up circle. We're going to try to roll out as they're rolling by, getting the bell. Try to be efficient now. So if you're in, be in the warm-up circle. Try to be super efficient.
Racing in today's 50-plus sprint tournament, the current racer on track, number 53, Waterman for Dyna Racing, in their first lap. Give the time for our previous rider that's out there. Announced that one was a 17.441 for Lynch. Carlberg on track for his first lap as we watch Waterman through the timing portion of the effort now. Eric, time was 12:734. 12:734 for Waterman. Running in the 35-plus tournament here. This is number 12, Andrew Carlberg. Just got the belt. Liz Selesky is on track for the first lap. Had a bit of a bike mishap earlier for that Masters Women qualifier coming out here soon. Fast time for Carlberg. 10:711 is the time coming through. That's a Masters track record. 10:711. Masters track record for Carlberg. Nice ride. Start off for the 35 plus. Quick time here on a Saturday. Well done. Yeah, that did look quick. Yeah. I know he was chasing that earlier this season. So good to see it. This is Selesky now getting into the final 200 meters. And in the meantime, Levin came on track. Aaron Levin, number 52. Currently out in his first lap. And that'll be the fastest time for the Master Women with a 13:593 for Liz Selesky. 13.593. Following Levin around the track now as he gets close to hearing the bell. The 35 plus and the 50 plus groups have 8 riders going on into the tournament. There's one extra rider, it looks like in our 50 plus, who's just doing a flying 200. So everybody will be advancing on to the next round, but we'll use these times to seed them appropriately for the upcoming match sprints. This is now back to our Masters men group with Levin coming in for the time. Levin with a time of 12:683. 12:683 for Levin. .432 is Mark Pampenhausen. Now working towards the timing portion on the back straight. As his teammate has also come on track, Ken Dong, in lap number 1. Pampenhausen will have the current fast time of the Masters 50-plus group here. This is a 12.512. 12.512, the time for Pampenhausen. Ken Dong gets the bell. On track for his first lap, Mike Ritter. Ken Dong time is 13.206. 13.206 for Ken. Mike Ritter getting the bell. Tyson Danielson coming on track behind him. Just entering into his first lap. Ritter with a 12.316. Ritter 12.316. Danielson got the bell. James Campbell Harris coming on track next. Danielson's time, 11.775. 11.775 for Danielson. Andrew Lynch has come on for his first lap. Here comes Campbell Harris to get the time. Campbell Harris with an 11.784. 11.784 for Campbell Harris. Bell ringing for Lynch, who we will not see in the sprints, just taking the flying 200-meter time is what I've been told. So trying to set a quick time here for this event. Ben Flom on the track for his first lap, as we will finish out here with Lynch running around the corner. Currently fastest time of the group for Lynch, 12:345. That's a very satisfying set of numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 12:345 the time for Andy Lynch. As Flom finishes, it's Conrad Mayer came on the track, who's in the middle of his first lap. Bell ringing for Mayer. The official time coming for Flom at 11:816. 11:816 for Flom. Scott Grinsell now on track. Currently second fastest of the group will go to Conrad Mayer with an 11:582. 11:582 for Conrad. Currently the second fastest time of the group. Grinsell after the bell, accelerating it for his timing. We're doing the completion of our qualifiers for our sprint tournament here. A couple more riders to get through. Once it's all done, we use the times from these Flying 200s to seed riders for match sprints. The fastest time will take on the 8th fastest time in the next round of the first matchup of the day. So match sprints to continue on here through our program. This is part of our weekend of Masters Racing. It's regional championships for Masters athletes here at the track. Let's get the time for Grinsell, and 11:978 is the time. 11:978. Could be a pretty competitive field overall with so many times kind of right underneath 12 seconds. The remaining riders are Stan Douglas, Hune Lee, Steve McLaughlin, Andrew Martin. Currently on track, Dominic Clark, one of our riders for the 50-plus field.
Follow-up question. Is Andrew Martin here? No. Andrew Martin is not here. Okay, maybe update that, Neve. Oh, maybe we make Andy Lynch do the bracket. Tyson's hyped about that.
Stan Douglas
like
now on
2
track.
more riders. Just thank you for being patient. I appreciate it.
Clark with the new fast time for his group, 12:004. 12:004 for Dominic Clark. Stan gets the bell. Stan Douglas. The time is 12:352. 12:352. The rider in black and white, McLaughlin, coming into the bell shortly. Current Masters Nationals champion in the sprints for his age group. And the individual time trial, by the way. Having a good year again, the Shark. Actually, caught him improving his own American record time this year. So he's riding fast here in 2026. Okay. McLaughlin is confirmed as setting another record for us here today, a Masters record with a 10.918. A 10.918 for McLaughlin. Like I told you, he broke his own American record this year. He's riding fast in 2026. Nice job for the Shark. Feeling good about that one. Yeah. Another fast time today. Hyun Lee coming in for the timing. $12,816 for Hyun. A $12,816 for Hyun Lee. That was the last of our qualifiers. Amara, we're calling for 30 minutes of open track. Okay, roger that. Track is open. We're going to be off the microphone of the broadcast for a while. We'll keep things rolling just to keep it one stream. But there's not going to be much to watch here for a little while except for our warm-up. Masters Championship for our region here this weekend. Our start for the sprints and all the rest of the racing will help after this short recess for us, I suppose. But open track time and warm-up available for the athletes. Track is open for about 30 minutes. We'll be back with you when we get closer to 6 when we resume the racing. little more than 5 minutes till track closure. I've been told no rider meeting before we'll get started. Straight into it. In about 5 minutes and we'll close down the track. And we'll get this thing started. Track is closed. Really ready to start with our sprinters. That's right. We'll call the Master Women over for your draw now. Master Women can make their way towards the start area, towards the judges' stand for drawing for your match sprints. Master Women, come on over. Welcome back, everybody. We're just getting reset for what will be the majority of the rest of the racing here after that short break. Qualifiers are done for our sprinters, and now the sprint tournament can begin. Our Master Women up first, followed by the Masters Men 35 in the quarterfinals, and the Masters 50 plus in the quarterfinal round. It's a straight to final out after qualifying round. So we've got, will be Chuang and Selesky coming on track. Single ride in the finals here. Jasmine on the lead of the lap, looking over, waiting for Liz to make an advance. Takes the under move here into the corner. Nice move here from Liz to take the front and gaps Jasmine as they go into the corner. Holding firm all the way through the lap. It'll be Liz Selesky in front for the final. Masters 35 plus. Sprinters coming up here in the quarterfinal round. This is our first heat between Andrew Carlberg and Stan Douglas at the rail. Match sprinting 2-lap race, so just like you saw from our master women, typically a little bit slower on the first lap. Riders will find a time and an opportunity to attack, and then the acceleration will come either from the front or the back. It's all about positioning and timing here, but also in this one, top speed going to be a big factor, as this first round of the quarterfinals matches up your best qualifying time against the 8th qualifying time from the 200 meters, giving us our most mismatched potential race of the day for this tournament format. That's Stan Douglas, the rider in purple, up against Andrew Karlberg. Both riders frequent the Monday program here, and great sprinters both. Karlberg today setting an age category record for the track with a 10.771 back in the qualifiers. So the Stars and Stripes having a nice showing today just in that qualifier alone. Finds the wheel of Douglas, bringing us up to speed through the lap. Down the back straight, Douglas carried the lead into the corner, and now Karlberg will apply a little bit of pressure through the turn, pick up the pace, and cruise in for the finish. Conrad Mayer and Mike Ritter lining up for Heat 2. Not including Karlberg in this assessment. Essentially, the remainder of the times today in the qualifiers floating on either side of the 12-second mark. So as we get to the middle of this quarterfinal round, a couple heats going to be racing a little bit tighter than that first one. I'm expecting some good racing at this field based on those qualifiers today. It's Conrad Mayer, the rider in the yellow, the colors of Shogun of Seattle. Although I guess what are the colors of Shogun Seattle? It's very, they get to have a kind of custom look for each rider. So he's up in the back position right now as Mike Ritter for leading Factory starting to pull away a little bit, but not on the attack, just a bit of a gap starting to open up between the two. Ritter leading the lap, looking over that left shoulder, awaiting the attack. Mayer starts to roll it up. He sees it. He'll be able to find the wheel a bit here, but Mayer already on top of things, maybe too quickly. Ritter had the right idea, but he expects the attack to come somewhere there as they're hitting the finish line. He was looking for it. I thought he might have caught it, but then he looks back forward, and that's when Mayer really punches it. Ritter does a nice job catching. Can he challenge here? Oof. Mayer. The attack pays off. Ritter made it a good pursuit there around on the final 200 meters. This is number 18, Grinsell, number 10, Danielson in our third heat. By today's clock, Tyson Danielson with a little bit of a top speed advantage against Grinsell, but again, this is where it starts to get a little bit less of a mismatch, so to speak, from that measure at least. Good to see, at least at the beginning of our stream, our Australian fans were tuning in. It's a weekend of championship racing, so get a bonus Saturday here. This is all about our Masters. So age-based categories throughout this weekend. Yesterday we had a Friday night. Also for Masters competition this morning was time trials. And here today, of course, we're just getting started with this sprint tournament in the quarterfinal round, currently for the Masters 35-plus men. The 50-plus are coming up here after two more heats. Bell's ringing. Grinsel on the front. They've kind of held this formation for a good 250 meters or so, both with elevation. Danielson making the first move, down through turn 1, feeling he needs to get things going. Grinsel, I think, he wasn't sure if he was really going just yet, but now you can see that gap had opened up, and Grinsel's got to start responding a bit more. Danielson just trying to maintain that distance, not allowing any catch or close from the rider in pink. Danielson will take the heat. Heat 4-4. Ben Flom in the front for James Campbell Harris in position 2. Last heat in the quarterfinal round for the 35-plus men underway. Riding side by side here. You can feel a little bit of anticipation. Both riders watching the wheel, watching the pedal as well, just trying to make good sense of their cadence and speed. Knowing that this one's pretty closely matched just by the top speed today. Both riders still playing it very carefully through corner 1. Trying to control position from where Ben Flom is on the inside, but there's enough of an opening there that Campbell Harris backs off just enough. Gets the quick turn and the downhill acceleration helps him jumpstart this sprint. Now looking to see if Flom's got enough response. So far, it's still Campbell Harris in control on the lap. And the move will pay off. Another record broken today. It was McLaughlin for his age group with I believe it was a 10-9. Can't remember the exact 3 digits, but a very quick time. He gets to sit out as there's only 7 riders in the group. So one by heat. That's McLaughlin sitting out here in the quarterfinal round while we go straight to the second heat here with Dominic Clark and Ken Dong. It's Clark, the rider in white, with the faster time in the qualifiers. On decks, Pampenhausen and Lee, followed by Levin and Waterman. After the quarterfinal round, Masters women for the elimination race will be coming up on the track. Again, after the final heat for the quarterfinals round for the Master men, we'll get into the women elimination race. The bell ringing. A lot of space between the two. A little bit of space forward and back, but more so left to right as Ken continuing to hold a higher line. Now starting to kind of fall in behind Clark, who is clearly trying to push the pace a little bit into this turn. Maybe trying to get some response out of the back rider. And without even looking back, Clark's going to start accelerating. Don was already starting to accelerate himself behind him. Clark just controlling from the front now, kind of trying to force the pass. And it looks like it won't happen. Clark takes the heat. Surge commenting, Andrew is ready for Worlds, 10-7. Right? No joke. Well said, Surge. Dyna Racing going head-to-head here in our next heat between Mark Pampenhausen, number 432, the rider in front currently. Hyun Lee, number 309, directly behind him. Still Pampenhausen on the lead of the lap. Lee just tucked in right behind. Holding position, the front rider compelled to keep his eyes posted to one side or the other, just trying to keep eyes on Hyun, who continues to kind of dip around a little bit in the shadow. Pampenhausen hesitating here in the corner, inviting attack, but neither rider jumping just yet. You can see Hyun pretty clearly right there. He keeps that position and the control at the front. Now the jump down into the flat of the back straight, waiting till exiting that hill really to get the sprint going. Pampenhausen thinks he's got the jump to challenge, but Hyun Lee's got good response. Teammate trying to make the pass here. Could be a close quarterfinal. Ooh, not quite enough. Hyun making a good effort of it. Pampenhausen holding on for that heat. Eric Waterman and Aaron Levin, our final heat of the quarterfinal round, on track. Official warning for Pampenhausen for exiting the lane during that sprint. There'll be one official's warning to Pampenhausen for exiting the lane while the sprint was engaged. Down the back straight, Waterman controlling the lap so far from the front, but Levin making the jump. Levin now starting to get some speed here through the corner. Waterman's got the lane advantage, but Levin has enough. Levin to win in the quarterfinal round. Rise in the neutral for the elimination. We'll have the music down. I can listen for the ding from our good friend from Issaquah Ice Cream Trike back there. Where are you at? Are they ready? Do I got a ding? Great ice cream, popsicles, delicious treats out here. We've got pizzadillas serving food throughout our session today. Thanks for being with us. This is an elimination race, which means last rider across the line will be removed from the race. So I'll be making that call over the loudspeaker here. As we work our way down, the longer you stay in the race, the higher your placing will be. And the whistle signaling this is the start of racing, so elimination next time around. That'll be 2:08. Abby Lynch. Because we're getting pulled apart pretty quick. Under the power of Sweetage at the front, number 207. Kind of just a single file formation to survive here. Looks like Valerie Haldeman is next up in the lineup here. And it'll be 2:19. Haldeman gets the official call. $112, Jasmine. 3 left in the group. Sweetage in the front. Right behind is Hillary Luther and Liz Selesky. Ooh, a fight for the elimination here. Oh, 2:07. Sweetage on the inside. Leaving just Luther and Selesky on the final lap. Selesky going high. Both riders kind of slowing the pace just a hair after the elimination. Just kind of waiting for this move here through the final turn, and Luther delivers a nice punch here to close out the race. Luther first across the line on the final lap. Final call for the elimination. Is it Halfacker might be on the list? That would be one to check. Okay. Okay, I think we sorted things out. 35 plus men elimination on deck. The 50 plus group, pardon me, coming up after this. Continuing on our schedule. This is 35 plus and the 45 plus combined together. Masters men 55 plus on deck. Then we come back to the semifinal rounds of the sprints. Currently on the track, though, we're in our first lap of elimination now for the 35 and 45 combined group. .405 Raymond. 405. I'm pretty sure he is, you guys. Chris Wilson and Colin are asking if this is still Nolan's race. I say, yeah, you bet it is. We'll find out, I guess. We're about to see. Just in the live chat, that's where Chris Wilson is. Ritter wants to know where Chris Wilson is right now. 316. Douglas. .379. Peter Snoblin. .308. Beers. 308. Westover. 303. Down to 8. 323. Seagay. 323. You always want to know where the Aussies are at. Okay, Surge is in Victoria. Got it. Taking first in the Omni of the West Shore Velodrome. All right, nicely done. Way to represent JBMV up there. Nice work, Surge. Track Fest in Victoria. Nice. That's awesome. Number 18, Grinsell. Scott Grinsell. Yeah, nice to hear from everybody out there coming in here to enjoy the stream today, whether you're a regular fan or some of our riders out and about competing up in Victoria. That's pretty awesome. 6 left in the group. "15 is Hafer. 15. Oh, where he is. Okay. I get it. It's overlapping. Okay. I get it now. Chris took the... Oh, my gosh. So Chris ripped it up. Surge had a good showing, too, taking third. Nice. Okay. Well done, you guys. Great to hear. Continue to work our way down through this field. We're at 5. Danielson having to reposition a bit. McLaughlin still looks left. Looks right. And he knows it's his turn. 29. McLaughlin. You might have missed it during the qualifying round earlier since I didn't see any chatter from the locals. We had some very speedy flying 200s today. So 2 records broken during the qualifying rounds. Looks like there's 1 rider behind the group right now. So the field of 3 is all in. That'll be 35. Flom. Group will hear the bell as long as all things stay kind of rolling here with this group of 3. Already starting to feel like it's a bit of a match sprint on this lap. You got to survive through this acceleration, which comes a bit early. Adams jumps to the front. Doesn't want to anywhere near that elimination at the back. 48, Mayer gets caught this time. It's a head-to-head between number 10 and number 11. Nolan Adams and Tyson Danielson now for the final lap. Adams was from the front. Is going to just drive this thing away. Danielson running out of steam. Adams. On a strong finish there. Danielson second across the line. Masters 55 plus for the elimination to the rail now. '55 plus Masters men elimination. Getting their start. Yeah, there's your whistle. Racing underway. Elimination start next time around the track. It's Lynch in the back position currently. So I'm watching him try to push his way up and around the corner at some point. It's Mike Rogers and Mike Darlene pairing up at the front to drive the current pace. Lynch advances nicely along the top of the group. .334, Haldeman. As Lynch advances, Alsterley has got to join in. Yeah, almost 5 flat across the track here. Oh, 16. Darlene. 16. .27 is Vern Cole. 3 remaining in the group. Mike Rogers on the front with the blue. Directly behind him, Alistair Lade goes down to the sprinter's lane, and up higher now is Lynch. Our remaining 3 in the group. That'll be 325, Alistair Lay. Nice move here from Andy Lynch down the back straight to settle this thing quickly. There we go, Lynch, and then Rogers as your top 2. Semi-final round for the Masters men, 35 plus. Semifinals round for our 35 plus men sprinters back out onto the track with Scott Grinsel and Mike Ritter. Ritter making a nice move here to take the lap. Those first two heats are deciding who's going to race for 5th and 6th and who's going to race for 7th and 8th place. So the winner to go on for the 5-6 matchup in the final round. Now between Flom number 35 in front of Stan Douglas for the second heat. Our next two heats will be to settle who's racing for 1st and 2nd and 3rd through 4th. So we sort of have an upper half of the semis and the lower half of the semis, the major and the minor half of it already. The winner advances straight on to the finals round to race from this group for 5th or 6th place. If you're just checking us out while maybe you're on the middle of an afternoon stroll, a walk through the park, riding your bike. This is our weekend of Masters Championships for the region being hosted by the track. And that's age-based categories. So riders competing starting yesterday as part of our normal Friday night racing series. And today we'll wrap up during this Saturday night racing we've got today. Some more racing still to go, including the conclusions for these sprinters. The final round still upcoming. Flom on the lead of the lap as the bell's ringing, with Douglas kind of playing around behind him. Flom from the front looking like he's just going to hold pace. Douglas not able to find the rear wheel. Number 35 will advance to race for 5th and 6th in the final round. Our regular weekly program we do is Friday night racing, and actually we've got only 1 week of regular racing left this season. We're a very active velodrome, the most active in the country in terms of events, but we're about to hit our off season. But the big event next week on Friday, we're actually doing a collaboration, doing a Dog Days of Summer special, corgi racing as part of the fun of that. So we're actually going to have corgis sprinting down the home straight. And our normal Friday night racing experience, we have the food trucks, the beverage garden, and of course really fun racing. On a normal Friday night, we also have a kiddie kilo. So if you've got a young rider, a little one that's able to ride around on a tricycle, training wheels, push bike, all those things, we will be able to have them out here on the track. So that's going to happen next week. That'll be our regular season finale, August 28th. As we go into the postseason, we have a couple more weeks of racing as long as the weather holds up. Let's get back to what's going on the track right now, though. We're now in one of the heats racing for potentially getting into the race for 1st and 2nd. Winner of this race, racing for top 2 spots in the tournament between Carlberg, the rider slightly in head in the Stars and Stripes, racing against his teammate directly behind, James Campbell Harris. The kits look different because we got some championship colors there on Mr. Carlberg, who's racing championship speed today. Campbell Harris going to try to make this one as tough as he can, rolling up onto that wheel and see if he can set up to follow Carlberg's acceleration. And Carlberg's just going to start cruising away a bit here. Carlberg will race for 1st and 2nd. A very active live chat for our racing members here tonight. They're not going to leave Nolan alone, it looks like, though. That's too much fun. You have to not leave Nolan alone. They're enjoying it. I don't know what. They found out that you're racing down to get in the Elim. That they're thinking, why aren't you in your 60+ category where you ought to be? But that's because you're still my favorite elimination specialist, right? So you got to race down for that. You showed them what's up. Yeah. Another heat to decide who's going to race for 1st and 2nd. Conrad Mayer in front currently for Tyson Danielson chasing behind. They've got some space there. I thought Mayer might have tried to just hold on to that gap and just kind of punch it somewhere in that first lap, but he eases off just enough, allows Danielson to work his way back up, and both riders got a fair shot at this. Ooh, Danielson underneath into the turn. They're already at speed, so Mayer's got some opportunity still to catch. Doesn't have to get on top of the bike too much. They were already rolling decently into the corner. Ooh, Mayer's trying to hunt. Danielson looking pretty good here from the front, though. Oh, it's starting to show some close here. Danielson from the front will manage. We got a 3 up here in sorting out what will be 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Is this a team sprint?
It's a competitive team sprint, though.
Is this the team sprint this morning? Was this the group that raced? Oh, okay.
Hyun Lee takes the early lead, and none of his teammates have found their way back up to him just yet. So Hyun at the front all the way around. Waterman trying to catch, just can't quite get to him. Hyun with a nice jump takes the early lead and holds on. For the age group, I was getting sorted out there. It's a race for 4th and 5th place within the age group, technically in that group, between Hyun and Ken. Now coming on track will be the race to sort out who's going to go forward to race for 1st and 2nd, with Aaron Levin already at the rail and Stephen McLaughlin joining him shortly. On deck is Clark and Pampenhausen.
After this, we are going straight into the finals. I think we're going to build in like 5 minutes, so you maybe can catch your breath. And then it's points. It goes after this, finals, men's points. Men's points, the women's is a little bit later. Why did I do that? Oh.
McLaughlin wants to force Levin to take the front, and actually Levin's going to start attacking here, so a little bit of aggression. Will he go through with this? Looking back to see how much distance he found in that move. Window's starting to close a little bit. McLaughlin coming up to the wheel with the bell ringing. Levin recognizing he's got the shark on his tail. Pull up to the rail. Reset the race with some elevation. Now McLaughlin in between him and the sprinter's lane. Levin backing off a bit here. McLaughlin falling into the sprinter's lane. Not really any push to it yet. Working to come up side by side as Levin now realizing that McLaughlin's got some serious power wrapped up in there. And off he goes. McLaughlin riding his way towards the 1st and 2nd place race. And another heat here to sort who's going to the race for 1st and 2nd. This is Dominic Clark up in front of Mark Pampenhausen. Our last of the semi-final round. Mark got on the mic and mentioned about 5 minutes or so of a little bit of rest before we get into the finals round of the sprints, just to catch our breath for a little bit. So after this heat, quick intermission, and we'll be back with the finals. It's going to be a good matchup here between these two, both with pretty good times in that qualifier today. And pretty equal measure as well. Clark, the rider in white, with the better time earlier today in that qualifier. That's the rider in white. Slightly ahead of Pampenhausen right now as they head towards corner 3. Clark thinking that he might have had a move coming there. Looks like he was guarding that sprinter's lane. Nothing of it yet, though. Pampenhausen now advancing up towards that rear wheel. Pretty casual acceleration from both riders with Clark on the front, but I think he's starting to feel this is the time to go. He's just going to try to control that front position. Maintain the front. Pampenhausen's got about a bike gap right now, starting to get it closed down a bit. This is the timing you're looking for. Can he send this around the corner and look for some pass? Clark from the front, just a little too powerful on the lap. Dominic Clark will advance on to race for first and second. Another lap or two later for Pampenhausen also to race for third and fourth in the final round. About 5 minutes. We'll call up the finals soon.
Yeah, let's say 6:55. We're going to run that first final ride. All right, let's start calling our riders. We have Scott versus Stan first, then Ben versus Mike, James versus Conrad, Tyson versus Andrew. The 7, 8, and 5th, 6 is best of 1. The 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, 4th is best of 3. So the 7, 8, and 5, 6 is best of 1. So be prepared. I'm assuming, Neve, that's what you meant by this, right? No? That the 7, 8, and 5, 6 are best of 1? Yes? All right, Scott and Stan, come on up. As I said, Ben and Mike, James, Conrad, Tyson, Andrew. Those are our first 4 groups.
Grinsel and Douglas now to the rail. On deck is Flom and Ritter. One ride for this group and the next heat. This one for 7th and 8th in the overall standings. Which will actually end up being what is a race for 4th and 5th on the podium when the day is done for the 40 to 44 group. Stan Douglas is at that blue line, keeping his eyes as much as he can towards the position of Grinsel. He's got himself a decent position up ahead of him. Could be threatening the move any time. He kind of waits for Grinsel to get it going, though. So now Grinsel just fully on top of it. Douglas has got to go. Might have been waiting a bit too long for that to stew, but he's got good jump here. Can he get back up there in time to challenge? Looks like he can set up the catch here through the turn. And coming around the corner. Oh, that looked to me like a catch. Douglas on the outside, I think, by the quick unofficial call. The race for 5th and 6th in the overall standings between Mike Ritter, the rider in front, Ben Flom, directly behind him. Still one ride for this heat to settle this one. So for the overall 5th and 6th place. On deck, the race for 3-4 will have a best of 3. So potentially 3 rides for the next 2 heats. On deck is Campbell Harris and Mayer, followed by Carlberg and Danielson. Ritter mid-track starts to move a little bit higher, kind of holding that midline position. Now kind of pushing a little bit more up into the corner. Flom just cruising directly behind. And off to his corner now, even higher in position. Both riders have a lot of elevation. Ritter watching carefully for any move on that front wheel. Looking for that quick turn to the left from that back position. And it'll be Ritter first to make the move. When you're in front like that, you try to shorten the track a little bit before you make the jump. Gets himself into a pretty good position here. Flom trying to set up for catch through this corner. Finding some good contact here through the corner. Should set up nicely into the home straight. Ritter versus Flom. Oh, Flom, number 35, takes the heat. Ride 1 for this heat, the race for 3rd and 4th in the overall standings between number 311, James Campbell Harris, who's in position 2. Number 48, Conrad Mayer, drew position 1 for this first ride. The best of 3 for 3rd and 4th in the overall standings. Patient here through this first lap. Mayer in the front. Campbell Harris rolling up behind. Now both riders starting to show some of their acceleration. Mayer still powering things up. Campbell Harris comfortably behind. Into turn 3. Mayer still in the front. You're expecting here is where Campbell Harris has got to find a little bit more push. A little power through the corner to try to challenge. Mayer sees him making the approach. And, oh, a good race, but Campbell Harris might have just started the pass a little late there. Couldn't quite get it going in time. Mayer takes ride number 1. This is a best of 3, so we will get another chance there between those two. Good matchup. We'll look to see what happens when we see them again later. Now the race for 1st and 2nd in the overall standings. This is number 12, Andrew Carlberg, and number 10, Tyson Danielson rolling up for ride 1. Our match prints for regional championships. This is Masters Regional Championships at the track, one of our last events here of the summer. Danielson wanting to make this a bit of a longer race against Carlberg. I think this is a good approach to try at some point during these rides. Try to see if you can make it fast early and get aggressive. He tries to position himself at the front before the bell. Carlberg's on the wheel, and this is a dangerous proposition if you're number 10. Now you're putting out a lot of watts from the front, with Carlberg benefiting from that second position. Able to sit in that slipstream. Still a fast lap. Not a bad approach. Carlberg should be able to comfortably pull up to power here and start to move around the bend into the front. And that's what he'll do here through the final portion, showing what that record-setting top speed can look like when he needs it. Carlberg takes ride 1. Proudly wearing those championship colors today. Again, setting a record at our track for his age group. So
these 3 didn't have enough fun last time. They wanted to do it again.
Sounds good. Go number 2 for the Dyna team. They're all in the same kit, but they're enemies today. They got to race against each other for this one. It's a 3-up sprint. Hyun Lee, the winner of the first one. He's at the front for the group right now with number 53. Waterman was second across the line. He's in the middle. Ken Dong in position 3 right now as they're all lined up. 3-up sprints really change the dynamic quite a bit because you've got to keep your eye on 2 competitors now for where the aggression and the move might come from. I think both riders are kind of going to be marking Hyun throughout this lap, though, as he was the one that got the better of them the last time they're out here on the track. As the bell's ringing, all 3 are starting to get it up to speed. Dyna racing each other here. It's Hyun Lee on the front still. Waterman looking pretty comfortable behind him. This is a little bit different looking race than we saw last time as Hyun got the jump and separated himself before Waterman could get onto his wheel. And this is what it looks like, much like that last race. When you follow the lead rider, the second rider has the advantage if they can get the turn and get around the corner like this. So Waterman takes this matchup this time for Dyna. This is a best of 3 format. Ride 1 for what is overall 3rd and 4th place between Aaron Levin and Mark Pampenhausen. On deck is Dominic Clark and Stephen McLaughlin. Pampenhausen in front. Levin sitting right behind. A little move down track. No attack just yet. If you're enjoying what you're seeing here today, whether you're just tuning in live and joining us on the live stream or you walked into the park and are checking it out, Friday night is our main event of the week. Ooh, it's a big move. Levin to take the front first. Pampenhausen countering. Takes the front back again. Levin has a second chance, though. He backs off and gets in the slipstream. Giving him some second wind here. Pampenhausen and Levin to the line. It'll be Pampenhausen in ride number 1. Is there something going on there with the bike? That was a flat. He lost traction there. So Levin smartly kind of pulling himself away from Pampenhausen. As the air leaves the tire, he lost a lot of traction. So smart move there as he controls the bike and gets it off the racing surface. Oh, that was setting up to be a good finish, too. It's unfortunate the timing of the flat there. Pappenhausen in ride 1. Yeah, Harrison Devine tuning in to comment as well. Talking a lot about straight elbows today. This is the race for first and second in ride number 1. As I was doing a little bit of a promo, I'll get back to it in just a second, but this is Dominic Clark in the white versus Steve McLaughlin, the Shark out of Portland. Another record setter today for our Flying 200. It looks to be the favorite today for this tournament, but Dominic Clark, the local, who, if you're out there on the live stream of enjoying the overlay updates and upgrades, it's been his handiwork that has really driven that project across the line so far. So he's always a good one to cheer on if you're out there and don't know who to connect to in the community. Also a member of our board. McLaughlin, of course, a national champion multiple times. Winner of many Masters sprint tournaments here in the GP that I've gotten to watch and announce as well. Many calls for him across the finish line over the years. So back to that little plug there. If you're enjoying what you're seeing today, I want to make sure everybody knows about our finale next week, our last regular season Friday night, which is the main event of our week, usually attended by several hundred in the audience. We get about 150 kids out here for the Kiddie Kilo. Food trucks, beverage garden opened up, and then our fastest racing of our week on a Friday. So 7 o'clock next week, and we've got Corgi racing going on. The Corgis will be on the track next Friday. So whether you can make it to the Velodrome or not, we love if you can enjoy that. Hopefully you can make it out here to be with us for it. If not, tune in on the live stream. Clark's trying to start the lap out of turn 2. McLaughlin says, sure thing. Now let me take the front. Clark running through this corner, still trying to make it a race. McLaughlin. The Shark in control. Clark giving it his all. It's about a bike separating the two there as they come across the finish line. Harrison clarifying that his comments about straight elbows is Ritter and Campbell Harris. We knew. Okay. They knew. All right. You got him riled up, though. That got a response, Harrison. Excellent.
Masters 35-45 points race to the rail. I would like to get out of here by 8 o'clock. That's my goal.
Ride fast.
Ride fast.
Any other free thoughts for the audience out there? Go quick, people. All right, points racing coming up to the rail now. We'll get them some check-ins here at the for their start. Off into their neutral we'll go here soon. Points racing at the rail.
I feel like we might be missing a few people. 35-45 points race. Anybody else really want to race? Stan says no. The Shark, you want to race a points race? No. Dominic, no. Okay.
Yeah, put Carlberg in.
Carlberg, get up there. It's your time.
Emily, that's when you take the mic away. Riders into the neutral. 40 laps on the cards, an 8x5 points race. So this kind of racing is a little bit more intricate than just a normal race with a finish line. There's going to be several bell laps throughout the race. So when the bell rings, it's not the end in this race necessarily. It's calling for a points sprint on the next lap. First 4 riders across the line pick up points. The first rider gets 5. The second rider gets 3. Third rider gets 2. And the fourth rider 1. So 5, 3, 2, and 1 on those point sprints. The final lap at 1 to go, as they come around on that finishing lap, you'll hear a bell, and that sprint is for double. 10, 6, 4, and 2. Rider with most points at the end is your winner. Any ties are broken by position on the final sprint. In the case the riders get lapped by the field, which is the majority group on the track, they lose 20 points. If instead a rider goes out in front and laps the field, they gain 20 points. So it's all about tracking your point values. And the other kind of race within the race when this is all said and done is that the results are going to be based on the age of the riders. As Masters competition specifically set up in 5-year age gaps. So you've got 35 to 39 men in here, the 40 to 44 men, 45 to 49, and the 50 to 54. So it's a mixed group for sure, and so the podiums may not match the results you see, but generally speaking, these riders are going to race their best race no matter what's going on around them. There'll be a little bit sometimes where you might see a rider hold back on an attack or maybe not go chase someone down because that's not their podium. But for the most part, again, these riders are trying to race a good race. Starting us off here is Flom wants to get some early speed in. Takes an early attack lap here. Thinking about pulling up, but he sees he still has some good space here. The catch coming from number 15, that's Hafer. Ritter, number 321, right behind him. So the chase coming together quickly. It looks like the main field is the back group right now. That's where 6 riders are. They're going down the back straight, currently being led by the all-black kit of Matt Beers. They're still all within striking distance, especially now we check the front. It looks like they've all pulled up above the blue line, except for Grinsel, but there's a lot of slowing down at the front. So this should start recombining here. 37 to go, and you can see the lead above the blue. Signaling some slower speed, but Hafer now makes a jump to restart things at the front. We're going to hear bells at 36 and 31 and every 6 and 1 from here on out. So this will be our first bell and our first chance for points on this upcoming lap. Bell's ringing for first point sprint. So again, the first 4 across the line get points, but there's a nice bump to get first. It's worth 5. Second gets 3. So winning on a point sprint is a pretty big deal if you can get a couple of those picked up. And right now it's Flom, who's doing what he did a couple laps ago. He was at the front and just starts pushing away from the rest of the field. So Flom setting up for the first 5. Adams maneuvering above Hafer will get 3. Hafer for 2. And Grinsel 1. So Flom, number 35, is the early leader in the race. Grinsel going to stay on the attack here a bit. Feeling like he's still got some good battery. He wants to just drive the pace, try to hit them when they're wanting a bit of rest after that first sprint. Numbers thinning slightly after the speed over the course of the first 5 laps, but this attack from Grinsel just kind of keeps everything together. Field responds and defends nicely. Next bell at 31 to go. Snowland moves to the front of the field, sliding down in position behind him. So single file once again. Generally signaling at least a decent amount of speed from the field if they're all trying to tuck in behind like that. very quick rotations here. Nobody wanting to drive too hard at the front. Bell next time around. 32 to go. Points this lap. Grinsel, nice acceleration here through the turn, bringing with him Flom, though. There'll be a fight for the front points. It's Flom, Grinsel. Oh, I think it's Flom, then Grinsel, Adams, and Hafer on this sprint. We'll get the points updates to confirm. Points updates. Leader with 10, Ben Flom. In second with 5 is Nolan Adams. In third with 4 is Scott Grinsel. And in fourth with 3 is Carl Hafer. We got a split here of the lead group of 5, which, simplifying the race, generally speaking, that'll be our field. We have a chase group of 5 behind them. Currently Westover on the lead of the chase, trying to keep this race together. Johannes Siege taking his turn. A couple laps out from the next bell. You can see the leaders. A little bit of gap there. Your race leader number 35, leaving a little bit of space, but he'll probably bring that right back up again, showing a little bit of wear after some fast laps early in this race. There's our bell for points once again. Now 26 to go. The field of 5 will be taking all the points on this lap away from the chase. Adams attacking from position 2 down the back straight with Hafer trying to hold on. It'll be Adams for 5 on this lap. Hafer 3. Looks like Flom for 2, and this is Grinsel, number 18, for 1 point. Three sprints in, points are updated. Your leader still Ben Flom with 12 now. Nolan Adams in second with 10. Hafer in third with 6. Grinsel in fourth with 5. Everyone else looking for their first points of the race. Bell next lap. Matt Beers trying to complete a quick bridge up to the front. All by himself. Feeling like he had the opportunity to jump up, and he'll complete it quickly. It's important when you make the go on that you're able to catch the field as fast as possible. Get an opportunity to rest back up again after that kind of a jump. It'll be just in time for the bell. So hopefully Beers can hold on here as things are going to get back up to speed. 21 to go, and there's the bell. Grinzel spending the energy right out in front of the field first and all by himself, but now some riders from the field starting to pick up the pace again as Flom, current race leader, the rider in second on his wheel. It's Adams and Flom trying to position to the front of the race. Adams for 5, Flom 3, Grinzel 2, and Hafer 1. Points are pretty simple at this stage. Flom and Adams in a tie with 15 each. And Hafer and Grinzel in a tie with 7 each. Everyone else looking for their first points. Oh, Harrison. This has been an entertaining live chat for me, at least tonight. Field coming on the home straight to see 17 to go. Bell next time around. Mayer to the front, trying to apply a little bit of speed here. Hafer will do the work to try to close this thing back down again. Bell's ringing, everybody above the blue. After Mayer is caught, everybody catching their breath here just for a moment before the sprint gets restarted. Mayer, who had the attack earlier, will try again here from a higher position on the field, able to kind of slam the door down into that sprinter's lane, take over on the front. He'll find 5. It's Flom for 3, Hafer 2, and Adams 1. 15 to go. Mayer gets on the scoreboard with a big 5. Your leaders both take some points in there. That'll be Flom that'll take over in the top for now after picking up 3. Bringing him up to 18. Adams up to 16 after taking 1 in that sprint. Hafer in third now with 9. Grinzel in fourth with 7. Mayer with the 5 from that sprint now in 5th. Bill, next time around, Mayer's down there in the sprint lane. Flom will come in behind here with the rest of the field following suit and getting strung out for this sprint a little early with Mayer putting a little bit of pressure now. Race leader in second position with 18 points. Ben Flom now takes the front of the field. Going to get out of the way, though. Well, back in the sprinter's lane. He was thinking about advancing uphill a little bit there, but he'll stay in position for now. With the bell ringing. Moderate tempo here. At this speed, you know that there's going to be attack somewhere in the middle of this group, but it's coming from both Adams and Mayer first, and then Grinzel also coming out of the sprinter's lane. But with that jump, Adams separates himself nicely, trying to take over the lead again. Flom at the front, though, will keep making this a good race. Adams on his way for 5, Flom 3. Mayer up top for 2. Hafer down the sprinter's lane, 1 point. Updates on the points. The top 2 are still tied. Flom and Adams head-to-head, 21 points each. Hafer in third with 10. Grinzel and Mayer in a tie for fourth with 7 each. Nearing the end, we got 2 sprints remaining. Next bell at 6 to go. Bell next time around. Setting up for a good finish here on the overall point standings. You're notwithstanding the actual podiums within the race, which takes some of the drama out of it. Our top 2 keep going back and forth between Adams and Flom. Currently in a tie. Gonna have to figure out in these next 2 sprints how to break that tie. As Flom comes to the front, coming on the home straight now, as before the bell's ringing, there it is. 6 to go. Points next time around. One of your 2 race leaders on the front of the field. Rider down in turn 1 and 2. Rider down. Neutralize. Stop the sprint. Right high, neutralize, stop the sprint, stay on the track. We're not going to the rail. We're going to regroup and continue. So we're in the we're neutralized right now. Regroup. We can get it restarted. Riders can recombine. We will be restarting the race here once we're back together. Just regroup on the track, please. Keep it rolling. Yep, regroup on the track. Keep it rolling. Regroup on the track, and we'll get this race restarted. Yep, field, if you get together before corner 4, we can start the race. Riders will be restarting the race with 7 to go. The second sprint will be re-raced, so 7 to go, 2 before the next sprint. And the race is restarted. 7 to go. Points next lap. Hafer and Grinsel off the front. Grinsel takes 5, Hafer 3, Mayer 2, and Beers 1. Four to go. Flom and Adams both have 21 points. Hafer is 13, Grinsel 12, Mayer 9, Beers 1. Official warning has been given to Conrad Mayer for dangerous riding. One official warning to Conrad Mayer for dangerous warning has been issued. The final lap, bells ringing, 1 to go. Final lap. The breakaway has stuck here between Grinsel and Hafer. Mayer and Adams chasing here with Beers, the rider in black. Back to the front, and it'll be a nice jump from Hafer here to get the final Big 10. Taking advantage of this nice break following the restart. On fresh legs after a couple of slow laps, a good attack, and it sets up this separation. Hafer for 10, Grinsel for 6. Adams and Mayer. It'll be Adams for 4, Mayer for 2. And that'll mean top of the points at the end of the race once the points have been updated. We should see Nolan Adams up there in position 1 with a total of 25 points, I believe. Hafer with the final 10 will have 23. Ends up being second in the overall standings. Flom, who doesn't finish but still manages to have the third highest points total with 21. Grinsel with 18, fourth overall on the leaderboard. Yeah, good update in the live stream there. You had the right of it, Harrison. Nolan gets enough points in the finish to hold on to the front of the overall standings by 2 points. Hafer was charging in there, picking up the final Big Ten at the end. Into the neutral for another points race. This is a 20 lap, 4x5. So we'll have 4 sprints separated by 5 laps in between. Same points we saw as the previous race, 5, 3, 2, and 1, double on the final lap. Bells on the 6s and the 1s. Ben is up, and yes, he has been taken care of. We're taking care of Ben right now. He's up out of corner 1 and 2. I see the concern in the live chat. Bell next time around for our first opportunity for points here for the group. 6 athletes in this 20-lap race. Haldy on the front right now. There's your bell. 16 to go. 0.6 time around. Vern Cole in the lead of the lap. And it'll be Lynch on the inside, I think, just ahead of Darlene. And actually, between Cole and Rogers, it was also close on the back end there. So I won't even make a quick call on that one. We'll confirm the results here shortly. It looks like in the live chat we also have our first moderator signing up. It's Colin Dunlap's making sure that the Nolan haters are taken care of. Colin's got your back. Okay, Nolan says thank you. Next up, we're going to need some moderators that can help translate Australian, particularly the beer drinking, bike fixing types. Does anybody know what language do they speak in Australia? You know, what do they even call that? I've been told the officials have told me, which means that this is official. When it comes over the radio, this is official information. It's Australianese. I learned something new today. 12 to go. Bell next lap. That's why I could never understand it. Confirming that first sprint, it was 5 points for Lynch, 3 for Darlene, Rogers for 2, and Vern Cole for 1. Once again, in the lead, Lynch with 5, Darlene in second with 3, Rogers for 2 points, and Vern Cole for 1. And bell's ringing, 11 to go. Lynch, Darlene, Cole, and Rogers that time. Yeah, I guess I hadn't noticed the it's a very black on white theme for the bikes. You're right. Black bikes, white font. Need more bling, need more color. Need more color in this field. That's what we needed. That makes sense. Current standings, Lynch in lead with 10. Darlene in second with 6. Rogers and Cole are tied with 3 points apiece. Next bell at 6 to go. Points to this lap, 6 to go. Rogers on the lead of the lap for this sprint so far. Current race leader trying to work his way up to the front, though. Here comes Lynch. 5 for Lynch, 3 for Rogers, 2 for Cole and 1 for Alistair Lay. Leader Lynch with 15. In second, 2 riders with 6 each is Darlene and Rogers. In fourth with 5, Vern Cole. Alistair Lay picking up 1 in that last sprint. Currently good for 5th. Two to go. One to go. Rogers on the lead of the lap here for this final sprint. Down the back straight, that group of 4 at the front of the race. Here comes Lynch, your current race leader, on his way to winning this thing with one more big move. Darlene has found his way back up, though, to challenge. It'll be Lynch and Darlene flying fast on the final lap. Lynch for 10, Darlene 6, Rogers 4, and Vern Cole for 2. Sprint finals. Coming back up, ride number 2. James Campbell Harris in the white for leading factory in the every color imaginable Shogun of Seattle. Comrade Mayer, number 48. Mayer diving underneath here to set up the move first. Powerful lap here from Metier, who's just going to try to hold in the front here all the way through. And Metier takes ride 1 and 2 and will end the series overall in third in the 35-plus sprint tournament. The race for first and second overall coming up next between Carlberg and Danielson at the rail currently. And now underway into lap 1 of 2. Number 10 at the front, Danielson came across the line second last time, meaning he's got a win here. It'll force ride 3. If Carlberg can get it, race is done. He'll be in first overall. Carlberg, of course, the rider in the Stars and Stripes, number 12. Olaf from Waka, hello there. Yes, more tuning into the live stream here, nearing the end of our race. Evening, we've got some more finals right now as the race for first and second for the 35-plus men's sprint tournament. The winner of ride 1 takes the front. Doesn't want to send this to a third ride. He wants to be done right here and right now. Gets pretty aggressive there. Coming across the pursuit line, Carlberg goes ride 1 and 2 and will end first overall in the tourney. The race for third and fourth in the 50-plus Master Men. Second ride lined up here. In ride 1, it was the rider in position 2, number 432. Pappenhausen taking the ride. Aaron Levin, number 52, hoping to find the victory here and possibly send this to ride number 3, so he has a shot at that third overall standing in the tournament. On deck is Clark and McLaughlin for their second ride in the finals. Pappenhausen still at the front all the way through the turn. Levin at the rail. Moving into the critical part of the race here between corners 1 and 2, where 90% of these races are sorted out. At least who's going to make the first move. Usually by about here, we see somebody getting up to speed. It'll be Pappenhausen at the front. Winner of ride 1 takes the front and has found himself a good gap here. Levin might be left in the wind, trying to catch back on. Can he close the gap in time? Pappenhausen from the front takes the second ride. And the race for third and fourth is settled. Pappenhausen third in the overall standings. Coming to the rail, it's our final of the finals. 50-plus sprint tournament between Clark and McLaughlin in their second ride, what might potentially be the final ride of the evening for the sprinters. It'll be Dominic Clark, number 488, who's got to find the win here if he wants to have an opportunity to send us to that third ride and have a chance to upset McLaughlin here in the tourney. It's the Portland Speedster in black and white checkerboarding, number 29, with the fastest time in the group, record speed today, and has the advantage coming into this ride, having won ride number 1. As the bell starts to ring, Clark is going to dive underneath. Nice aggressive move. You got to try something here. You got to get creative when you're up against the speedster in McLaughlin, who again I think it was over a second advantage in the flying 200s to the rest of this field. So you got to do something, and I like the move. McLaughlin holds on to a little bit of speed there through the corner, then reestablishes his speed through the back straight, and will fly for the finish here. McLaughlin takes it. Master Women Points Race coming to the rail now. No sprints are pushed into the third round, so we have one race left in the program. It's the points race currently on the track in the neutral. Again, start out of corner 4 for 20 laps in a 4x5 points race. Racing underway. 20 to go for the Master Women. Luther driving pace right now. Pulling things apart pretty quickly. Trying to just keep this quick at the front. Yeah, we didn't quite get the information back up here to the house. Sorry about that. It is a 20-lap race, so we got a bell at 16 now. I think we start off the overlay showing 30 to go. Apologize for not communicating that up here. We got it all sorted now. Yeah, we did shorten the printed program. Our first point sprint, Luther, 5. Selesky, 3. Sweetage, 2. And Chuang, number 112 for 1. Yeah, very valid point, Caitlin. Pellbrook's keeping us honest. She's like, there's no way you're making them race 30 laps, right? Yeah, it is a small enough field. We did adjust. Appreciate keeping us honest up here. This break of 3, including your leader, Luther, now coming to the front, currently with 5 at the front of the race. Selesky directly behind with 3. Sweetage, who's in position 3 in this lineup with 2 points. They're lined up in their current standings right now. Seeing 13 to go, bell at 11. Leader is getting the bell. 11 to go. The bell's also ringing for Chuang, who's in position to score 1 on this lap. Back to the Stanley sign as Luther sets up for some speed through the bend and takes over on the front of the lap now. Luther, 5. Sweetage, 3 points. And 2 points for Selesky. It will eventually be 1 for Chuang. And there's Chuang for 1 point. Here's the leaders at 9 to go. Luther and Sweetage off the front of the rest of the riders. We'll soon be picking up Jasmine over there at the Greg Cycle sign, hoping to get onto their wheel. Next bell at 6 Leaders just saw 8 to go. At 6 to go, bell's ringing. Your leaders here crossing the line on the bell lap. Points next time around. Luther for 5 at 5 to go. Sweet Josh for 3. Liz 2 points and 1 for Jasmine. Coming on the home straight now for the final lap, your 2 leaders. Luther currently in a clean sweep. See if she can get the final 10 here. Sweetage at the front of the lap, though, currently, as the bell was ringing. Luther for 10. Elim for 6. Liz picking up the 4 points. It's either Valerie or Abby here for the final 2. Oh, we'll be on the inside to Valerie for 2 points on that final sprint. Riders will exit on the back straight. And that is the end of the program. We're going to do podiums off stream, so from the production side of things, we're going to shut down the house up here, turn things off, and close down for the weekend. It's been a fun one here. Thank you for joining us out there on the live stream. It's been fun to have our own community tuning in from, it sounds like a good contingency up in Victoria. And for all of our regular fans that made it out here today to support us on a Saturday, good to see so many of you here in the park hanging out with us today. If you're rewatching later, of course, appreciate your viewership. And coming to you one more time and thanking everybody for viewing. My name is Corey. Happy to be your host for this weekend. This is the regional championships for the Masters at the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome. Our final session closed up. It's been a fun weekend here. We've got one more great one ahead of us next weekend for our regular season. It's the 28th. Will be the Dog Days of Summer and our regular season finale, Friday night racing here at the Velodrome. So hopefully you can catch that. If you're not able to make it down here to the Velodrome yourself and have the party with all the rest of us, cheer on the Corgis. They'll be racing. Hopefully you can at least tune in and watch it live with us at that time. Again, that's next Friday, the 28th, the regular season finale for 2026. We got a little bit of postseason racing after that, but let's make next Friday a big one. Thank you again for participating in today, whether you're watching live now or watching back later. If you appreciate what you saw on YouTube, make sure to hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe. It really supports our channel a lot and helps our nonprofit, the Marymore Velodrome Association. Thanks to all the fans that are here, of course, in person, and our athletes for a fantastic evening. And I look forward to hosting you for more great racing action here at the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome.